What's up, y'all? It's Jackie from Spice Poland Aerial Fitness, and Coakley the dog is here with me as usual. I just wanted to say happy August. I know it's still technically the summer, but it's already starting to feel like fall. I mean, even though it is super hot outside, but I'm seeing the school buses. I'm seeing the kids are, getting ready. All of the teachers that I meet at Spice, they're headed back to school, and that is very exciting. I love the fall as I'm getting older. My preference for the seasons has moved from summer being my favorite to fall being my favorite, especially in Georgia because it's like still warm outside, but cooler. You start to get into the fall festivities and all the stuff. So yeah, I'm loving that it's August. So happy August to everybody. I hope your month is off to a really great start. And hopefully you had a great July as well. So I just wanted to get into our theme for the month. It is the magic of mindset. And this is probably one of the most important topics that I can share with our students, our instructors at Spice. Because if you come into Spice, and this is for anything that you do, if you come into any activity with a bad mindset, whether it's pole dancing, whether it's lyra, whether it's silks, whether it's some other hobby, if you come into it with the wrong mindset, you will not have a good experience. You will not enjoy the progress. You will not see the type of progress that you were looking for. It's going to be a really hard road. And that's not to say that your mindset can't change, but if you come into it with the wrong mentality, it's going to make it very, very difficult, even if you are achieving what you came into the experience to achieve. So, let me talk about that a little bit. One of the things that I hear from a lot of our beginner students or even experienced people that come to Spice and they're interested in restarting their pole and aerial dance journey, or they're wanting to start from scratch, they've never done it before. One of the questions that I will always ask is why? Why do you want to do pole and aerial dance? Listen, I know the stigma that comes with doing pole dancing very, very well. I have been called everything under the sun as it refers to pole dancing, owning a pole dance studio. So 100%, I get that taking that step into doing pole or aerial dance, it can come with a lot of challenges. And so I always want to know why. I never want anybody to come into the Spice experience not truly understanding what they're about to experience. So I always ask why. And a lot of times we'll get students, potential students that are like, oh, well, I just want to get more flexible. I want to build up my core. I want to have more upper body strength. They'll get into all of these physical things that they would like to get out of the pole or aerial dance workout. And that's usually kind of a little bit of a red flag for me, which might sound crazy considering the name of the studio is Spice Pole and Aerial Fitness. Yes, you can gain all of those things from pole or aerial dance, whether you're doing lyra, whether you're doing silks. It is a movement based workout. It is fitness. It's acrobatic. It's all of those things. So you will gain all of those things. But to me, one of the biggest challenges of pole and aerial dance is your mind. It's your mindset, because you're going to be in a room full of other women that are going to be dressed in a very vulnerable way. And when I say a vulnerable way, I mean clothing is going to be not completely removed. We're not a nude studio, okay? But you might have on a tank top, you might have your arms out, you'll have on short shorts. If you're in the pole program, you'll have on shorts. If you're in the aerial programs, you have to wear clothes that's fitted. You can't wear big baggy clothes. So your body is exposed, not for any other reason other than safety. Like, we cannot wear a lot of big baggy things that like your body is going to be shown. We are going to see your body in these classes. And even just being in a competitive setting. Now, Spice is not a competition, right? It's not a competition, it's you versus you. But let's be real. You get into a room full of all of these badass women that are doing all these cool tricks and moves, and you're going to have a good day and you're going to have some bad days. You're not going to be able to get the moves all the time. You're not going to get them right away. And if you have the mindset that is not able to process loss or cope with loss or cope with not being the best person in the room or dealing with, I didn't get this move today, I look like a failure, you're going to struggle. And a lot of times that I'm not going to say what it comes from, but I see it in a lot of my perfectionist type A students. You know who you are. They have a hard time managing, you're not going to get this move today. And I always try to break it down for my students, and even some of the instructors that I work with. I'm like, you just learned this move 30 seconds ago. We're going to continue to work on this for the next 3 to 4 weeks. You just learned this move 30 seconds ago, 35 seconds now. You learned this move. You're not going to get it right away. And for some of us, depending on your mindset, it's like, I can't, it hurts. It hurts to the core. And so I just want to encourage you this month of August to focus on your mindset. I'm not here to tell you what your mindset should be, but I will say that having a mindset that is about growth is one of the most important things you can have here at Spice Pole and Aerial Fitness. What is a growth mindset? Growth mindset is all about growth, trusting the process, trusting your journey, being okay with where you start, right? For any gardeners out there, you know, if you have a plant, sometimes especially if you like are really into gardening, right? You might buy a plant from like a Home Depot or a garden shop and the plant's in bad shape, right? It looks like it's dying. It hasn't been watered in ages. It's probably got root rot, all kind of stuff going on with it, right? And you take it home and you give it some TLC. And you might have somebody in your house that says, why did you bring this raggedy looking plant into this house? It's dead, it's dying. You need to give it back to put it back where it came from. Go put it back out in the dirt where it came from. That's where it belongs. But you know, because of your gardening skills, that you can bring this plant back to life. So you're going to water it. You're going to repot it. You're going to give it some new soil. You're going to put some fertilizer and some food in there. And you're going to give this plant some sunlight. You're going to put it in a nice window or wherever, a nice environment where it can get plenty of sun or no sun, depending on what kind of plant it is. And you nurture that plant. And you're not going to see the progress of that plant day one. You're not going to see it within the first 30 seconds. You're not going to see it day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. You have to let it grow. You've got to let it grow. And that's a growth mindset. And also we have to be real, right? I can't, in your mind, you have to be realistic. You can't expect you got some plant from Home Depot and you're like, this is about to be a redwood. This is about to be a redwood tree that I'm going to grow in my house right here, right now in this little planter. It's not a redwood, right? If you want to grow a redwood, go get some redwood seeds and you make that happen for yourself. But this right here is not a redwood. And that's not a bad thing. It's just reality, right? And so this isn't about, dreaming beyond reality, right? But it's about just knowing that you can grow and honoring who you are and where you are. One of the big ways this shows up is for my mommies, right? My mommies that come to Spice, and even the busy girls at Spice, right? You got a big job, you're busy. Even if you don't have a big job, which whatever, everybody got a big job. Listen, you got to get up and go to work every day. That's a big job. So you got a busy job that doesn't allow you to maybe have the work-life balance that you would like, so that you can invest more time into your wellness, invest more time into your body. That's not a bad thing, but you cannot compare yourself to the person that's, maybe doesn't work, or they're retired and they've got nothing but time to focus on movement and developing their practice. So that growth mindset can really come in handy when we start to doubt ourselves, when we start to question, am I good enough to do this? Am I in the right modality? That fear starts to come in that we'll never be good enough. And that stuff does come up. I know within the pole and aerial dance community, sometimes it can seem like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. It is a lot of fun. It's a ton of fun, but it's also a really challenging workout. And that's why we do it, right? We do it for the wins and we do it for the losses. So you just want to make sure you've got that growth mindset coming in to any practice, and especially the month of August. I want you guys to give yourself that opportunity. The other thing, I'm going to close out really quickly, but mindset is very, very important for your body to actually move. If you are operating from a space of fear, I've seen this. I've been teaching pole now for almost 10 years. I've been teaching aerial for over 5 years, actually close to 6 years. If you are afraid, your body is not going to move the way you need it to move. And there's nothing wrong with being afraid. And there's nothing wrong with your body not moving as fluidly just because you're afraid. But we have to overcome that fear. We have to overcome that doubt. Doubt is the same thing. Shame is the same thing, right? We experience all of these types of emotions at Spice. Fear, doubt, shame, thinking that you're not good enough. All of this stuff, imposter syndrome, all of this stuff is going to come up while you're at the studio. And not because of any experience other than a lot of times you're unmasked. There's nothing here for you to hide behind, right? And we've got 9-foot mirrors, and 14-foot poles. So, you're doing something that's really, really scary. You should be a little bit nervous, but we have to regulate our emotions so that the emotion doesn't prevent us from moving, right? And I see that a lot where I'm like, okay, guys, it's time to dance. I've taught you these moves. It's time to flow. And I can see the tension, right? I see the tension in my students' bodies. And I'm like, y'all, we came here to dance. We came here to flow. We came here to have a good time. Don't let things like fear keep you from moving and showing up and presenting in your best way. Yeah. So that is pretty much all I have for August, and for this little video today. Thank you guys for staying and listening. If you have any feedback, let me know. What are your thoughts about mindset? How is mindfulness, mindset work? How is that showing up for you in your pole and aerial dance practice? If you're curious about pole and aerial dance, send us an email to info@spicepolefitness.com. You can also text us at 770-744-0479 if you have any questions. And we also have a little web chat on our website. So you can go to our website and just chat with us. We love talking about pole. And it's not just me. We love talking about aerial too. Let me not forget about our aerial friends. So yeah, just if you have any questions, let us know. I'm super excited for the rest of this month. All of our series are starting next week. So if you haven't registered yet, get registered and tell a friend, talk to your friends about their mindsets. The ones that are like, I want to do pole, I want to do aerial, but I'm too X, Y, Z, A, B, C. We don't want to hear that. We overcoming negative mindsets in 2024. Okay. All right then, y'all. It has been wonderful. We'll chat later. Bye.